You have done so many things. These books you've written, the songs you've written, the paintings that you've done. Do you ever get tired?
Well, in a sense, I'm jack of all trades, master of none. But God, out of His infinite bounty, has made me a seeker, a truth seeker and a God lover.
A seeker?
So, seeker of truth and longing for peace, universal peace. This is my sole aim.
Mm-hmm.
And so I pray and meditate, and God inspires me. And in my case, it is not the quantity, not even the quality. In my case, it is receptivity, how much I can receive God's compassion, God's light, and God's blessings. So I try to be the recipient. He blesses me with inspiration and aspiration. So and then I try to receive according to my capacity, limited, very limited, to receive His light and try to offer it to the world at large.
So what I would perceive as creative expression, you experience first as receiving.
Right.
The inspiration that you receive from God, and then what you actually do, the paintings, the songs, and so forth, are really a form of expression.
Absolutely.
Of the gift.
Of the gifts, boon that I receive from above. I am not the creator. I try to be receptive. I am like a channel. So,
explain to me the relationship between self-expression and peace.
The more I can express myself, means my inner divinity. We all are divine. Our source is God. So here we are God the creator and God the creation. Our philosophy is God the creator, He created us, and also He Himself is God the creation. So you and I are God's creations, God the creations. So we try to unite God the creator and the God the creation through our selfless service, devoted, dedicated service. We can again inseparably become one with God the creator. So my selfless service, or whatever my expression, is only the revelation of my inner experiences and my aspirations and dedications.
May I ask you this? When you speak, I notice that for the most part your eyes are closed. Why do you do that?
Well,
is the light in here too bright?
Oh,
That's
not at all, not at all. For us, there are many worlds, especially two worlds. One is the inner world, the other is the outer world. So while I am talking to you, I am trying to be in two worlds. The world of aspiration. See, if I keep my eyes half open and half closed, then I'm like the root of a tree, roots of a tree, and also the tree itself. Roots is under the ground, underneath, and the tree is above the ground. Mm-hmm. So here I'm trying to be firmly rooted in my inner life of aspiration. And while I'm talking to you, I'm entering into the world of dedication. So aspiration is my inner world, and dedication is my outer world. So
inspiration is the inner world.
Aspiration.
Aspiration.
My longing for
aspiration is the inner world.
Yes. Desire, it is just the opposite of desire. Desire is to possess and be possessed. Aspiration is to please God, the highest in us, in His own way.
Okay. And then dedication is the outer world.
Yes, dedication is the expression of the inner world.
Okay.
Dedication. So that's why my eyes are half open. Inside, like the roots of the tree, mm-hmm. and outside is the tree and the branches.
In just a moment, we're going to go to a commercial because we are going to set up for a demonstration that you're going to do. But before we do it, I wanted to, if you could explain a little bit of what this is about. You lift up a lot of people. Well, you lift a lot of weight. First of all, you've lifted more than 7,000 pounds. How old are you?
I'm 58, nearing 58.
Okay. And you run around lifting weights, very physically active.
At the age of 54, I'm sorry. At the age of 54, I entered into this field, which is quite new, weightlifting.
And we have some pictures of that we'll show in a moment of some of the things that you've done. And then you started this program that's called Lifting Up the World with a Oneness Heart.
With a Oneness Heart.
And that's where you're lifting people.
Yes.
And you've lifted many people.
I've lifted over 1,000 people.
You've lifted over 1,000 people?
From various walks of life.
So
professors, doctors, lawyers, and athletes, and sisters and nuns, and then athletes, and, from practically all walks of life.
Okay.
And the monks, priests.
So is this this came to you when your eyes were closed, right? This idea? I'm going to lift people for oneness?
To establish our oneness heart, we have everything except peace of mind. This peace of mind we can get only on the strength of our oneness heart, universal oneness heart.
Universal oneness heart. On that note, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back with a demonstration because I get to get lifted this time. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Do I look scared? Well, let me tell you, I'm terrified. I'm standing up here. This is no accident. I'm standing up here actually in the light because Guru. Well, I'm going to be one of his lifted. So, without further ado, I think I'm the 1,090th person to be lifted, and they tell me that so far there've been no accidents. So I'm going to just sit back and enjoy the peace that Shri Чинмой spreads. And try to, and this is a real test of peace, let me tell you. So, Guru, are you ready down there?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Lifting up the world with a oneness heart, the hour of God and its victory start.
Oh, Lord. Okay, that's far enough for me. Ha, 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 ha. Is that it?
Just 1 second.
We're going to do it again. Oh, okay. Did we do it? Have we done it? Have we witnessed it? It's on videotape. I did it. We did it. And you know what? We'll talk about it. We're going to talk about it. But I'd rather talk about it sitting down. You know, being a host of an interview show up in the lights is like being a tightrope walker without a net. We'll be back after this break. We're back with Shri Чинмой, and I have been lifted. You'll notice that I got a medal for doing that. You did the work. I did the fear. You had no fear, right? Let me read what this says. Okay, let me take it off and read what this says. Now, Tina's going to get upset over there because I just messed up my hair, right? A Lifting Up the World with a Oneness Heart Award, honoring individuals of inspiration and dedication. Now, also it says, with deepest appreciation, admiration, and gratitude, Shri Чинмой, the Peace Meditation at the United Nations. So, this is something I get to keep with me forever, and thank you very much. I was very scared up there. I think I didn't realize I was so scared of heights. For you, this was it hard work for you?
For me, it was not at all hard work because I have lifted over 1,000 people, and your weight is next to nothing. So
even though it said, I understand there was a little sign down there that said I weighed 289 pounds, 129.
129 or
that was all
nothing.
clothes. For anybody that's watching, it was my shoes. My shoes weighed about 15 pounds. Right, you can vouch for that. Let me show some pictures of some of the other folks that you lifted, because these people really had to be scared, I think. Were they scared?
No, they were not scared.
Oh, come on. I was the only one out of that 1,090 people that were scared?
Oh, no, there are others who were scared, but once they were up, there was no fear at all, and they were quite happy.
This is Clarence Clemens, by the way. He was lifted. And look, these guys had to stand up there without any light bars up there. This is Carl Lewis. He lifted Carl Lewis also. You see that? So they weren't scared when they went up there. Well, it was quite an event for me, I have to tell you. Thank you very much for going to all the trouble to do that.
Thank you for having given me the opportunity to lift you. It is people who are inspiring in various walks of life. I feel it is a bounden duty to serve those people. You and your colleagues here at the studio are inspiring millions and millions of people on earth, and you deserve my soulful congratulations. This is my way of offering congratulations to those who are serving mankind.
So that was a way
of showing my very deepest appreciation for the services that you are rendering to the world at large.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you kindly. Let's talk about some of, I wanted to get into some things that I thought could be certainly helpful for me and probably for a lot of people. You meditate daily.
Yes, I do.
What is the value of meditation?
Yes, the value of meditation is incalculable. One cannot measure the value of meditation. It is something measureless. When you meditate, we enter into our source. The source is the infinite, eternal, and the immortal in us. So when we establish a free access to our infinite capacities within us, we feel that we can be of dedicated service to humanity. So meditation takes us deep within and then again brings us to the fore. Our inner divinities, inner qualities, meditation, by virtue of meditation, we can bring to the fore and offer our qualities to humanity. So
is it important to have a teacher for meditation? And do you need a mantra and things like that? Or if you don't really know anything about meditating, can you just sit down and meditate?
Certainly you can. It is not at all obligatory to have a teacher. And the person who did the best meditation on earth didn't have the teacher. But again,
that person was?
Whoever was,
okay.
Whoever realized God, whether you can say, we say Lord Krishna, and you say Jesus Christ, and somebody, there are quite a few world saviors. Right. So, and then again, he who realized the highest, the absolute, for the first time, didn't have a teacher. Mm-hmm. Now here there are many people who go to school, colleges and universities, and again there are people like Bernard Shaw and India's Tagore. They did not have university degrees. Right. So here, if you have a teacher, well and good, but if you do not have, then you don't have to be doomed to disappointment.
Can you just sit down and meditate?
Certainly you can, only to make your mind calm, quiet and tranquil. And if you have read some books, spiritual books, then they can be of tremendous help to you.
Mm-hmm. And what is life like? I might be living proof, but what is life like when you don't meditate?
You do not have to meditate. There are two ways. One is to meditate and dive deep within, that is consciously. And again, if you want to be a good citizen, an excellent citizen of the world, perfect citizen, for that you are dedicating your time, your energy, your goodwill to mankind. So that is also part of meditation. There are many roads that lead to Rome. Many roads that lead to Rome. So here, if you want to have, you choose your way. Through selfless service, dedicated service, or through prayers, or through meditations. There are so many ways to get the same results. You may not meditate the way we do. That is, some people do. But again, there are, as I said, there are many roads that lead to Rome. Then again, you long for peace, world peace. So without peace of mind, you cannot accomplish something great. You cannot achieve something very meaningful or purposeful or fruitful in life. So you need peace of mind. So this peace of mind I get from my prayer and meditation life, and you are getting it from your devoted, dedicated service to humanity. The goal is the same, only we are walking along different roads to arrive at this same goal.
So you're not running around the planet saying, oh, you better be meditating, Marilyn, and you better be meditating, Carl. And
No, far from it. Only I tell people to be happy. This, for me, the happiness only spreads our inner light and inner joy and the feeling of oneness. So if you can be truly happy, if I can be sincerely happy, then we are offering our heart's goodwill and our sympathetic oneness to the world at large.
all right, I have to ask you this, because I know people are wondering, do you ever get angry?
Well, I am a human being, but my anger may not be the same as somebody else's anger. Sometimes I have to pretend to my students, because that is the only way they can understand.
Acting. Do you do a little acting when you're working with your students?
No, only it is sometimes, you know, it is like a show outwardly, so that they may take seriously. But it is not the anger of an animal or beast and to kill someone or to destroy, far from it.
But do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
So you drive in?
No, I don't drive. Now my students don't. I have quite a few students. They say that you take care of our inner world, we have to take care of your outer life.
Ah.
So I have my license and everything, but they are very kind. They say, you are helping us in our inner lives, so we should help you in your outer lives. While you are in the car, you can pray, you can meditate, you can do everything, whatever you want to. So they are kind to me.
So you probably have 75% less anger anyway than the average person, because
God
of
alone
all
knows.
driving around.
so much tension, then they are kind to me. So I can do my own inner work.
Do you know how many students that you have?
I have now disciples, if you call, who are following our path seriously and devotedly, about 1,500. And then again, followers, I have over 2,000. And friends and admirers, there are many. But who are strictly, let us say, are in our boat, about 1,500.
What does it mean to be a follower of Shri Чинмой? Does it mean that we put pictures of you up in our house and meditate in front of them? Or?
There are two kinds. Followers are not observing, you know, they are not so serious, they are not observing the rules and regulations. Means whereas the disciples, they pray early in the morning, they meditate, they read my books, and then it is disciples are those who have accepted the inner life, spiritual life, infinitely more seriously than the followers. Followers, they can meditate today, and for quite a few days they may not meditate. Once in a blue moon, they can be very serious and sincere in the spiritual life, whereas the disciples will be serious and sincere every day. They have taken up the spiritual life seriously. The followers have not taken up the spiritual life seriously.
The disciples are the ones who follow what you more closely, what you said, rules and regulations.
Rules and regulations.
So the rules might be rules such as you get up at 5 and meditate.
Yes, meditate and read books, and then sing some songs which will inspire them. Spiritual songs. I've composed quite a few songs, thousands of songs. So they can be inspired both in English and Bengali. Bengali is my mother tongue, and in English I have composed thousands of songs. So it is like one cannot meditate for hours, but one can read. After meditation, one can read spiritual books, and one can sing soulful songs, and then again, late in the evening, before they go to sleep, they can pray, meditate, and read books and all.
So do you think it's possible to have a peaceful life, to have inner peace, without making conscious effort to develop your spiritual life?
Certainly. There are many people who have peace of mind. They are not consciously praying or meditating, but in their daily multifarious activities, they have peace of mind because they have sympathetic heart and feeling of oneness, sympathetic heart, concern for mankind. They have compassion and they have goodwill. So there are many good qualities. They are inner virtues they bring to the fore, and those people are definitely helping mankind. They are also getting the same results.
So the average student who is, maybe concerned about rent, maybe they're not, because maybe their parents are paying for it, but they have to, sign up for classes, and they got to get to classes, and they've got to finish that, they've got to do that paper, and they've got exams, and they have all those things, and maybe they work out and they really don't spend any time maybe doing any community service work. Are people like that, people like me, people like that, making a contribution in that, just living our lives?
Right, absolutely. Leading a normal life is of paramount importance. You are going to school, colleges, you are studying, you are devoted to some cause. If you are devoted to some cause, and that is part of meditation. But again, there are many who are leading the life of a vagabond and drug addicts and so forth. So they are not helping, serving mankind. Whereas if it is a good student, he is studying devotedly, and he is normal, he is acting in a very natural, normal way, then he slow and steady wins the race. So he's going on slowly, steadily, unerringly. So they're helping mankind.
Okay, this oneness heart that you've talked about a few times, is this something that is contagious? But I mean that in a positive way, like,
Definitely, it is the spreading of one's inner light. In the morning, if you pray and meditate, and at home you offer some goodwill to your friends and colleagues, and then when you come here, when you are at the studio, they are feeling something in you, but they cannot outwardly account for it. But they are being inspired from your morning life, that you communicate, you entered into a deeper source, something from where you got peace, joy, love, and other divine qualities. So there, in that way, you have inspired them, and unconsciously they are affected, and then they are getting the results of your good life, divine life, which you started early in the morning.
Is patience a virtue?
Patience is the greatest virtue.
The greatest?
One of the greatest. Patience is the length of time. If you want to stress the time, patience is absoluteness. It is of paramount importance.
Okay.
Because of patience, we are able to accomplish.
We'll leave that then, that patience is a virtue. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Shri Чинмой. We'll see you next week on Talk is Cheap. Thanks.